As we have mentioned before, success in the automotive industry is abundant and defined in many ways. In saying that, success does not always come easy. Today's guest, Kris Martin, is a professional race car driver, social media influencer, and motivational speaker. He was also born profoundly deaf. Today, he receives partial hearing through a hearing implant he received at 8 years old. He has grown up with racing in his blood and has received many medals and trophies along with the title of top best kart racer across Ontario. Kris has managed to become successful in an industry he loves, all while overcoming a major hearing impairment. How did he do it? Welcome to the Cutting Edge Garage Podcast.
So today we're here with Kris Martin. Kris, I just recently learned about your story, and I thought it was an amazing story. So I wanted to interview you and hear about the challenges that you've overcome and everything else, chasing your dream and your passions, because that's really at the core, that's what this podcast is all about. So tell us a little bit about who is Kris Martin.
I was born probably deaf, and when my parents had a baby, and my mom was found out about when I was 14 months, and they know I was born deaf. So I can't hear, I can't talk, so I got hearing aids, and then I started speech therapy and stuff, and so I got a cochlear implant on my right ear, and when I was 7 years old, and so that's how I heard to speak and hear better.
Okay.
And I grew up in a racing family. My grandfather, and he was a super modified racer for years and years. And my mom used to watch my grandpa for a long time. So that what made me to evolve racing with the racing family. And so I thought myself, when I was 10 years old, I thought, I really want to do this the rest of my life as a race car driver. And so that's what I like, back speed and smell her engine, smell her tire. I just love it. So I told my girl that I really want to start racing. So my parents made me a deal that if I do well, school, keep the marks up, right? So school comes first. So they say, okay, if I do well, so then I can start racing go-karting. And so that's how I start racing, my racing career. And so yeah.
So you were born deaf, and you've had the implants since 7?
7, that's correct.
So I didn't know what a cochlear implant was. I have Emily. You can't see her; she's behind the cameras. But Emily, my marketing director and producer for the podcast, her mom has one. So, but slightly different for different reasons. Her mom's was installed for like tinnitus or something. Emily, you had a question specifically about what Kris does with racing and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so my mom had Meniere's disease and had like major tinnitus in her left ear, and she went through procedures to try and bring back the hearing a little bit and kind of let the tinnitus out of her head. It was causing migraines and stuff, so the final solution for that was just to deafen her left ear entirely. So they put an implant in there so she could kind of get the stereo sound and hear from both sides. So I guess what I was wondering is, obviously she got hers later in life, you got yours at a young age, and you couldn't hear it all before, and she can still hear it out of her right ear. Is that kind of a similar thing?
Are the implants similar, or in that situation, or are they different?
So her mom, she had an illness, so they put an implant in, but she can still hear out of her other ear.
Yeah.
They're asking if it's similar. Probably is similar, but you can't hear out of both ears.
Well, actually, you're not the only one to ask. A lot of people ask me what the hearing difference, and I believe it will be very similar, different sounds. That what you hear or what I hear, and like Mike hear a different sound, and I hear a different sound, and Yeah, I'm sure, for example, if I wear hearing aids, if I wear cochlear, it's a huge difference.
Okay.
Because, yeah, huge difference because my cochlear pen, I can hear anything. I can hear you talking. I can talk on the phone. It's like it shocked me like how much I can hear.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a huge difference.
Okay. So what age did you start racing?
10.
10.
Yeah.
So you wasted no time, got the grades up and started racing. Yeah, and that put a big smile on your face. So I'm thinking racing is a big part of who you are. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. My grandfather, he loved racing. Like my uncle won and my cousin raced, and I started racing, and it's all about racing, family involved racing. So I started racing coca, and then my parents started traveling across the Canada, and we started going to the States, and we raced different clubs, and that's how I just love it because that's how I make friends and meet people on the track. And so I worked hard, raced coca, and I won 6-time championship.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what type of racing are you doing now?
Right now, I'm mechanic coaching. Basically, I'm doing team manager as a driver, driver training develop, and so teach him how to drive a go-kart, drive a proper line on a racetrack, and coaching, make it better results, and also we teach the driver or mechanic how to race go-kart, like to the properly, like what kind of tool do you need, what type of tool do you need, use a proper tool. Some people don't know how to start it. And
Gotcha.
so that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I'm doing research, looking for different kind of tools. Because a lot of customers ask me what tools I should get. So I Googled it and I found a package about cutting kit tools.
Okay.
How I tell you guys, SP tools in the United States. So that's the perfect package for the customer never done before experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, the parent company SP Tools out of Australia, they actually sponsor the Australian karting championships over there, and the managing director Tom, his son races. He races, so they're very into karting and generally all kinds of motorsports. They also do they sponsor a Super 8 team over there as well. So
Yeah.
that's where the karting package came from, was because it was one of Tom's hobbies. So he was like, we have to have a toolkit for that. So that's where that originated. So Kris, you're also a motivational speaker, from what Bill tells me. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So tell me how did that come about? Where did that come from, and what was the drive to go do that?
Well, I started in school. I go public school all my life. I didn't go to special school because I'm deaf or hearing impaired. So I started going to school and I started reading books. I worked with a teacher, and I taught when I was 13, grade 8. And then I met one teacher, which is my favorite teacher. And his name is Tom. And he's very passionate, motivating speaking, helping students. So I thought myself, maybe I should try public speaking. So I asked my teacher, can you help me how to start motivating speaking, inspire me, try to get up in front in classroom, a bunch of people, because sometimes you get nervous, you don't feel comfortable, like a big clown. So that's what inspired me and pushed me moving forward. I thought, okay, so I started public speaking in different schools, and I started traveling because I hope that community and people had bullying problem with people bullies and people had issues, depressed or hearing impaired that you can't do anything. Of course you can do whatever you want, nothing stop you. So that's why I want hope in community, the people that you can move forward, because I know a lot of people are struggling. And trust me, I've been through very, very difficult time. Because a lot of people told me, oh, you can't do this, you can't drive a race car, you can't play sport. And now that's what inspired me moving forward, and that's why I became public speaking to help people, and that's what made me forward.
That's awesome. And that's actually the racing and the tools is what I guess brought us together. But what really reached out to me was the story, because I could only imagine the challenges that you go through, constantly having people tell you, sorry, you can't do this, sorry, you can't do this. And you having to, have that commitment and that desire and that passion to say, yes, I can, just get out of my way and watch. And
yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
go ahead.
One story. Yeah, there's one story that we had experience. I would say 2008, but newborn racing. So 2008, we went to North Carolina, where was a NASCAR official. So I drove a Super 8 model for e-boats racing. And so I was nervous because it's my first time experience. I was wearing, it's called full hearing system, which means it's like an active system. So I wear the active system, and which means it's just connected to my cochlear.
Okay.
So I put my helmet on, and then I connected to my helmet radio to my FM system around my neck. And then that's how it's connected to the cruise ship, the spotter, the cruise ship radio, and the spotter means up the tower. So that's how I communicate two-way communicate. And that allowed me to hear better with communicate. And so that's what made me go racing. But when I show up on a racetrack, it's called History Motor Speedway in North Carolina. And people saying, whoa, there's a step driver. Whoa, I'm nervous. I will feel comfortable because some people don't understand how I can hear the radio, how I can communicate. They're just worrying about if I'm on a track, what people crashing if I don't hear it, right? So, and the NASCAR official saying, okay, well, let me go on to practice so I can prove them I can hear the radio properly. So I'm well to practice. I race past clean, we communicate, to make the NASCAR official feel comfortable. So yeah, alright, they put me in a race. So I started time trial 7 of 13 curves. So we raced the race. I basically it was a good day, good race. So I moved up to bed. And I missed the ship because I didn't have experience when I was driving the ship when I was 16. And so I was nervous the ship, so I missed the third. And I bought back for 12th. And then I moved up in 7th. So it's about 100 laps and 13 cars. So anyway, I've been 7th and I went to the trailer, to the pits. Every morning, race car driver, NASCAR, the people came to my trailer and told me how impressed my successful driving experience and community being a depth driver to the spotter and cruise ship. And that's what made me cool moving forward. And that's what NASCAR allowed me to happen.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Put a big smile on your face too, didn't it?
What's that?
It put a big smile on your face.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what is your active role today in helping people that have impairments. You know, so are you still doing the motivational speaking today?
Yeah, still doing it. I have a couple events this year, but when COVID-19 happens, so in my event canceled, which I understand. So I thought myself, okay, we talk to people around Canada or North America. We do WeChat, online WeChat, so communicate like Facebook, all that stuff. And I'm starting to make a YouTube online video to help people out there that be part of it. And any question they ask me, I do live on video.
Okay.
So this year, and then I start traveling next year in 2021.
Hopefully, as long as COVID goes away and things get somewhat, you know, some semblance of normalcy again, maybe, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's the problem. But it's kind of starts. But I'm really enjoying it, just like we're doing today, online, pack calls. So, yeah.
Okay. So, what's your greatest sense of inspiration? Who inspires you the most?
Yeah, I would say it's always my grandfather.
Okay.
Because the reason I said my grandfather, because my grandfather back in 1940, that's where he started racing family. And I'm very close with him. And he always traveled racing racetrack, we talked about a race car, and he always told me the profit and things, you know, you can do it, you know, be patient, inspire me, and that's how he taught me to be a successful race car driver and successful who I am, better person, and yeah.
Is your granddad still with you?
He just passed away a year ago. Yeah.
My condolences. Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, he was peaceful because he was almost 90, so he had a good night. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Sounds like he was a great guy.
Oh yeah.
So, your teacher, granddad, who else? Who else has inspired you throughout your career in your life?
Yes, always. And when I started racing, and my grandfather's always with me. He always come and watch. You know, always with me travel.
Yes, he said. Who else? Who else is inspired?
Ron Bowes. Ron Bowes. He's Canadian racer, and he very inspired me. And I looked up. He's a super role model to me. And I have another person. And it's called Gary. I inspired him. Gary.
I have no idea how to pronounce that last name, but that's okay. They can read it.
Vaynerchuk.
Vaynerchuk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody knows about him. How I found him because I started watching social media, online, and I found him for some reason that he's not an actor. He's not. But he's social media, and that's what brought me the idea of being successful. And because I love social media, I love motivating people and Facebook, you know, different idea. So that's what makes me going.
So talk to us a little bit about overcoming challenge, because that's obviously something that you have a lot of history with. Everything that you set your mind to do, it seems like you're successful with, even though some of the things that you commit to doing are going to be more difficult because of the impairment. So what does it take to push forward, to not give up?
Chris, he's saying, what are some of the stuff you've overcome? Mm-hmm. Your challenges and how you've pushed through them. Some of the challenges that you pushed through.
What made me forward, every day I get up in the morning, be part of it, and I go to the gym every day. And I worked out an hour, make me feel good, and I come here in the office and start working on it. And Racy child is a child helped me move forward. Because Racy make me a better person, move forward, to make it better in school, make it better, more basic speaking, and that's what I've been proud of.
Okay, awesome. Is it? Have there ever been times where you've wanted to give up?
Something I want to give up.
Have there been times where you wanted to give up? Like you?
At some point, sometimes I feel that way. Okay, it's a lot of work, and I thought I'm going to give up something. Like 6 years ago. 6 years ago, when my dad got brain damage, and he got hurt from work, and I thought, okay, I have to know what I'm doing, and so I decided to hang up my helmet, not racing cars anymore, and buy something. Because it's hard to suffer a race car driver because it's sponsorship and the money issue. But sometimes sponsorship, like a company, for example, I can do it, I can drive a car, but sometimes some company people don't understand that driver can't drive a car.
Right.
So, because I understand where they're coming from in their mind. They're just afraid to tell me that I'm hearing impaired. But they didn't say that. So that's what, not connected with the company and sponsorship can't help me. Maybe they don't see the feature for like someone like me being deaf can't drive a race car. So it's very frustrating and stressful. So, and I'm getting old. I'm turning 34. And so I thought, okay.
You look like you're 19, man.
Thank you.
I don't know what you're doing, but you should keep doing it.
That.
Maybe it's the mornings in the gym or something, but you look like you're 19. Wow, 34. That's awesome.
Well, I just work hard, stay healthy, go to the gym every day. I used to go to the gym at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Because that's what
awesome.
makes me start a day, make me feel better. I was thinking today, if, for example, the company willing to support me in sponsorship, I wouldn't go back to racing. I would. But today, I have to think about, okay, I'm looking in a different direction. So my focus is more of a speaker and teaching kids, driving training, and I have a great time. And so, but I know sometimes it bothers me because I didn't want to give up my driving career. So sometimes I have to aim it and then move on, teaching young kids, and it makes me happy. So.
And you're inspiring them in a racing fashion, correct? So the kids that you're reaching out to are up and coming, racers and things like that.
Yeah, and last weekend I teach one kid, and he's 12 years old or 14 years old, and he's a very good driver, very smooth, calm. So I got him to go to track, and then I caught him to turn the corner. So I explained to him, okay, you need to turn this too early or out, something like that. And then he got fastest time in the pole, and then he won a race. So
that's awesome.
Me feel good, and I feel proud of it, and then that's why I like helping people.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? So you're a car guy, obviously. What's your favorite car-inspired movie of all time?
I know Audi, A tour.
No. What's your favorite car movie?
Oh, oh,
Ricky Bobby?
oh, Mickey Bob.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Actually, you know what? I don't know how long we start.
Which one?
Mickey Bob.
I don't know, 10, 15 years?
Yeah. So we watched Ricky Bobby, and I thought this is gonna have it. And people still calling me my nickname, Ricky Bobby. I'm the car died, and I'm the private car. So people call me my nickname is Ricky Bobby.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh,
Yeah, so that's Ricky Bobby. Anything I like cars, like on TV. You know that old movie, Thunder, okay, what's it called?
Days of Thunder?
Yeah.
Days of Thunder was good. That was a good movie. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Have you seen? I watched a movie with my girls at Christmas time. It's called The Art of Driving in the Rain. Did you see that?
oh,
Art of Driving in the Rain. I don't know if you've seen that one.
yes.
Oh, you did, yeah.
What's his name, an actor?
Matt Damon?
No.
No, Matt Damon is the new movie, 24-hour race is great. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's a good movie too.
Yeah. That was my daughter's favorite. We have a golden retriever, so that's why. So, tell us. It seems like your life has been full of wins because of this spirit that you have that says, I'm just not going to let people or obstacles get in my way. What would you say your biggest win so far in your life has been?
What's your biggest win been in your life? Not just, doesn't have to be a trophy,
No.
but like what's...
It's not every race I want to focus. My biggest win is the racing championship, or most popular driver. Yeah, it's my focus to win championship. So
But like just in life, I think it's probably your public speaking and helping kids.
oh yeah, definitely motivating speaking, like public speaking.
Okay. Awesome. Giving back to help somebody else push forward.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What would you say your biggest defeat has been? Doesn't sound like you've known defeat that often, but you know, in those moments, what would you say your biggest defeat's been?
What's your biggest thing you wish you won? Like a race you lost or something? Your biggest loss? Like you think about like I should have.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Maybe the race when you missed the shift.
Yeah, that's the one. I missed the shift. I could have done better, but I missed the shift, so I went back. And then there's another one. I was racing in road course,
Yep.
and then I should have won another championship, but I think it was the last lap. In turn one, somebody drove over on top of me. He cocaine. And then, man, I should have won that race.
Gotcha.
I felt the same thing. Somebody racing, but I said, man, I should have won the race. But that's
Yep.
part of racing. It happens.
It does. It does. So how do people hear about you? Promote yourself. So let's, if somebody wanted to hear more about your story, where do they find you? You mentioned social media. How do they find you on social media and things like that, and how do they book you for special events and all those kinds of things?
A lot of people find me on Google, like on internet, and mouse words, and we do have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we still working on the website. We have a website, but it's old, so we took it down. We're making a new one. So in a couple of weeks, the new one will be up in the internet soon.
So let them know what the website is.
At chrismartinracing.com.
And that's Kris with a K.
Yes.
K-R-I-S.
I know people put Sage.
Yeah.
So we do have a website, and I'm starting to make more on YouTube.
Okay.
On videos for people to watch. And sometimes I just pass around my business card, meet people, like to build a network around North America. And because I've done my motivating speaking, and that's how people share my name out there. And I have been on TV, I have been in the magazine that people write story, and newspaper, and that's how I got my name being out there.
Okay. And on social media, is it also Kris Martin, or is it Martin Racing, or like on Facebook?
Twitter is Kris Martin Race.
Okay.
Facebook is Kris Martin Racing.
Okay.
And Instagram is Kris Martin. Kris.martin.46 Instagram.
I'm assuming 46 was your car?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what you're
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Kris, I really want to thank you for your time, and I'm very grateful that you took time out of your schedule to share your story with us. I think you have an amazing story. I wish you the absolute best. We're definitely interested in doing stuff with you with SP Tools. But if it's okay with you, I mean, my idea is also to share your story with other people that may be interested in helping you as well.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Awesome. So, anything else that you want everybody to know about?
Anything else you want people to know?
No, right now I'm just working cutting racing team, and I'm just coaching like the driver and customer, and that's why I bring your tour SP tour to the United States. But my goal, I need a feature that maybe 5 years or 10 years down, I was thinking to do my own. Like one day I can make my own team, with my own driver, because I feel I'm really successful network of people will be good fit in my racing team, like Kris Martin Racing. But right now I'm just working other team, just experience and stuff to meet people. And so I was hoping one day that I would do on my own, like a cutting brand to come on my board, and SP tools on my board, and then maybe another like racing suit and stuff I've been on board. I'm just building slowly. So that's my future goal. I want to do all my own things, my own shop or something like that. So, yeah.
Yep. And we're definitely interested in being part of that. I think you strike me as the type of person that when you commit to doing something, you'll find a way to get it done.
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Kris, Mike, thank you guys for being here with us, and we appreciate it.
Thanks
Thanks everybody for joining, and we'll see you again in the Cutting Edge Garage soon.